Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a 3 months prediction tarot reading for Blackpink's Lisa. This also was requested a long time ago, and okay, so it's been 3 months already since I done my last prediction on her. So now we're going to see her energies for the next 3 months, including December. So let's see how she's doing. She got the Seven of Pentacles, the Judgment in reversed, the Three of Swords, the Six of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune. And then from the Oracle of Healing Yourself, she has the card of Attachment, which is a card that normally, it's a card that comes up pretty often for Jenny, but now Lisa got it. So I think that this has to do with both of them having a moon in Scorpio. Probably the way they feel is very similar when it comes to feeling intense emotions and feeling very intense about everything, especially when they feel like they cannot control themselves or the environment. So definitely it's meaningful that the attachment card is here. I think that she's going through this sort of attachment to, I don't know if it's a person, a situation, or something, but it seems like she is experimenting a lot of strong feelings. And one thing that we have to also take into consideration is that even though Jenny and Lisa do share this moon in Scorpio, that their traits can be very identical. I mean, but let's not forget that the way they execute things or the way they go after what they want or their reactions are very different. They can feel the certain way, they can have this thing in common, but their reaction is different because they both have one of them is a Capricorn and the other one it's an Aries. So the manifestation of energy is very different, but they do have in common this moon in Scorpio. So this is why when a lot of people ask me constantly about their relationship, I already mentioned this, that they probably do care about each other a lot. They have this strong bond, but there's a bit of awkwardness when it comes to expressing how much they love each other, because since they both are very similar when it comes to feeling something, they probably feel a bit overwhelmed by each other's energy. So probably they do care a lot about each other, but they feel awkward expressing it. When, for example, with other members, it's easier because they do not have such a strong scorpionic energy in them, And I want to make this clarification because it had happened to me in the past. I am a moon Scorpio as well. I'm a Capricorn, like Jenny. And whenever I meet another moon in Scorpio, we both feel very intensely like we appreciate each other very much, and we are even jealous of each other in the sense that we are very overprotective and possessive of each other's friendship. But at the same time, there are moments where we need to be apart from each other because we can feel so much for that person, and even though a moon in Scorpio feels so much, they don't like to have someone that feels stronger than them, because it can get like a sort of like weird, I don't know how to express it, but it seems like when you perceive that the other person is as intense as you feel attracted and curious, but at the same time you feel like you need to be apart sometimes from their energy, to not get too close. So yes, let's start with Lisa. And yes, I think that she was hoping For a lot of things, actually, I think that she had been working a lot this year, and everyone knows it. It's very clear that she had been putting a lot of herself in her project, in her solo project. A lot of fans had asked me to do readings about this before it came out. Um, and I think that Lisa is someone that she is very strict with herself, and I think that she wants to give the best because she can and because she knows that she's got it. So she's someone that she doesn't hold back from what she's very passionate. She's an Aries, so her energy is always it's always meant to be on the outside, on her actions. Everything that you see about her is what she is. She doesn't, I think that actually it's really interesting that she is so outgoing and has this moon in Scorpio. And even though I don't know where this placement is in her birth chart, I think that this moon in Scorpio actually is in her energy because it wants to show her to be a bit more, probably a bit more discreet, a bit more secretive about her desires or about what she wants to achieve. I think that since she is an Aries, she is very straightforward. She's very honest. And sometimes I think that in this industry, when you are too willing to show yourself or too willing to speak your mind and to show your true self and to show that you are really enjoying and that you're truly passionate about what you do, I think that it can create a sort of envy. And I think that this is why her moon in Scorpio is in her life, to show her that sometimes she needs to be a bit more secretive about what she wants to achieve, because she does draw a lot of attention to herself. She is very magnetic, so she can get a lot of love and a lot of hate at the same time, so she is a very strong force. And I think that when you combine that she has this Aries and this moon in Scorpio, that both of these signs are ruled by Mars, for her it's not easy to hold back. For her probably to be secretive or to be strategic, it's something that is going to take a while for her to learn to be this way. And I think that unfortunately sometimes she has to hit her head on a wall, or actually have a certain encounters where she is deceived by people, so she can open her eyes to the real situation that she is in, so she can be more selective about who she trusts. Because sometimes Scorpio placements, a lot of people are like, oh yes, they are secretive, they do not trust people, they are very distrustful. And yes, there's a reason why Scorpio do not trust people right away, and it's because of the power of observation. Sometimes people show you who they really are from day one, and you just don't want to see it, or you just are too busy being yourself, so it's like you pour all your heart and soul in the connection that you do not see the red flags. So when you have a Scorpio placement, a Scorpio teaches you to slow down, like do not show your cards right away, like be more cautious, because the person that is in front of you probably is taking advantage of everything that you are exposing out there. You probably are talking very happily about yourself or about some parts of your life that you are proud of, but there are people that take this information so they can somehow use it for their benefit later. There are people that are very deceiving. So I think that she definitely needs to look out for herself. She needs to take care more of her energy. And with the seven here, we were talking about how she had been working a lot for this project, and with the judgment in reversed, I think that she had a sort of goal, or she had a vision of a certain transformation that she wanted to go through as an artist, and I think that this didn't work out, not yet. I think that it's delayed. She has to be a bit more patient because the judgment card is in reversed. So it means that the transformation that she's hoping for is going to take a while to happen, actually. But I think that actually she had been a bit anxious about the whole process because, the Seven of Pentacles, it's all about you being able to cultivate patience. And I think that she had to be patient through all the year because things wouldn't come out the way they were supposed to be. There were a lot of delays, there were a lot of miscommunication, there were a lot of things that weren't managed properly. So I think that when we see here this Three of Swords in the middle of the spread, it's because she is disappointed. She is heartbroken about how things had come out. I think that she was very determined to reach something or to do something in particular. So probably the fact that that now she's in this period where she still has to be patient. I think that for her to be patient, it's not an easy thing to do because she has a lot of energy in herself. So for her to sit around, it's not an option. She doesn't like it. She doesn't like when things don't work out. She gets really agitated inside. And she's a bit heartbroken. She's mad at herself and then at others. And I think that this is why when I mentioned that she is so strict with herself, because she does blame herself for a lot of things. And I don't think that it's fair for her to actually take all the blame because there are a lot of things happening in the background that actually have this sort of a speech that because she is the face of certain project that it's because of her, and I think that that's wrong because I think that there are people here, like I always mention in all Blackpink's members readings, there are people in the background, there are people in this environment that are being dishonest. So when mistakes happen in YG, they do not happen because people are human and they do mistakes. They happen because there's a sort of sabotage to the artist's work. So, but thankfully, we have the Six of Swords here. So the Six of Swords, it means that she's going through this heartache, this very feeling really disappointed in herself. But she's going to move on from this. She's going to move on from this in these 3 months because we have the Six of Swords. So it means that, and we also have the Wheel of Fortune. So her change is definitely going to change. So I think that what frustrates her the most is probably that she had to be already embarked in a new project and somehow this didn't work out because of her situation. I heard, I do not know the details, but I heard that she has COVID. So probably this is why she feels so disappointed in herself. But these things happen, and she has to be grateful that she is okay. And a lot of people are worried, and I think that this is where her heartache also comes from because she doesn't want people to worry about her. She doesn't want to be the reason that people get upset or get sad about something. So please, if you are in touch with her or if you do send her messages, please try that those messages are encouraging and that are positive and uplifting and not sad. Do not send crying emojis. Please, people, I feel like in K-pop community, the crying emoji should be restricted somehow. It's like you have only 3 crying emojis a year or something like that. Because I think that people get too much in their feelings, and I think that sometimes this can impact the artist the wrong way, because they do feel guilty sometimes. They are like, oh, why is this person like getting so sad because of me, when where they are supposed to be this source of entertainment and this source of hope and positivity, but they are human and they get sick just like we all do. So let's keep our hopes up, and not get negative, because this that does get to her, because she's very also very intuitive, so she can read people and she can sense energies. So please send her your best energies, but she will move on from this very quickly. She has a very strong self immune system. So and she also will need this moment to reflect a lot on herself. I think that she is already thinking about some new projects or some new opportunities that had been brought up for her, or probably there's going to be another collaboration with someone in the future that is also going to be a sort of a turn of a page for her. I think that her solo promotions is not over yet. I think that she still has a few things to do, and she's going to enjoy them very, very much. So don't worry about her, guys. She's going to be okay. She is in this moment of transitioning, like I mentioned, but with this happened in her health, things had been postponed, and sometimes it's a bit annoying, because I can see her like getting really impatient, but she needs to take this moment to, like I mentioned before, to be able to be more observant, to be able to be more um, probably focus on other aspects of her life that are not professional or profession related. Because then here the card of healing yourself, we have, like I mentioned in the beginning, the card of the attachment. So I could potentially talk about that this is an attachment about herself not letting go of her wanting to give her best in her job and being really harsh on herself and like being really strict and like actually like sometimes being too negative towards her own person. But I think that it has to do with something emotional. Like I don't see a person here, like I don't think that it's a relationship, but I think that it involves a person. I think that it has to do with someone in her life that she had a sort of like a breakup, or the situation actually never was never I'm sorry, was never clear, that probably this person was like entering her life and then leaving and then coming back again, something pretty toxic, actually, to be honest. But because that when I always mention that Jenny usually gets this card, because I whenever I read for Jenny, something from someone from the past is always like keeping her from moving on. And I think that this is Lisa's turn to experience this sensation that is very awkward, actually. That is not a comfortable place, because this attachment state involves jealousy, involves possession, involves feeling out of control, feeling too emotional, feeling too erratic when it comes to how you act, probably too impulsive, when you want to go and talk to that person, but that person cannot talk to you, or you are not in a position where you can like set the record straight. So it seems like the nature of the relationship, for it to turn into an attachment, it means that some of the parties do manipulate the other. So the other won't let go, or the other will get obsessed and won't let go. So I think that sometimes the attachment can be on your mind. Probably it's not that I see her like like actually approaching physically this person, but I think that it could also talk about manipulation through messages or through social media, like for herself, I don't know, finding something out in social media or finding something out about a person that she's interested in on messages, or finding something that person was hiding. So she's feeling a bit like betrayed, and she's also feeling like angry and jealous. So I think that she is dealing with this sort of connection right now, and if you add this to the situation of her being on this on this state because of her health, she's like rooming a lot. She's like going through all the things that she had been through with this person. She's thinking about this over and over and over and obsessing about this over and over and over. And I think that this moment of rest, this moment of pause, is where she actually needs to dive into herself and wonder, what is it about this relationship that makes her feel this way? Because attachment only makes you feel a lot of things inside. It makes you feel emotional, it makes you feel passionate, but at the same time, it makes you feel insecure. So I think that if this person or this situation has been making her feel insecure about herself as a woman, I think that she needs to reevaluate what is this person to her, and why does she give this person so much influence, and so much protagonism. Because I feel like this is a sort of cat and mouse game, where it started to something very casual, or it started as a game, and now she cannot stop thinking about that person or the situation. So I think that one of the parties is manipulating the other, and it can be alluring, it can be sexy, it can make you feel a lot of strong emotions, like you are living a soap opera, something like that. You're like you are living in a telenovela, but actually it's very draining emotionally. It doesn't help you to concentrate. You doubt yourself a lot. You are thinking nonstop about that situation. Whatever they do or say affects you. So I think that she definitely needs to review this. Like, is this person worth it of all this attention? If this person worth it of all her love, or what she's feeling for this person, because I don't know if it's love yet. I think that it could be attraction. Probably this person is very attractive, is very magnetic, but it's also very manipulative. So I think that she needs to keep her eyes open because of this, because she needs her energy. She needs to be herself. She needs to be her happy self. So I think that if someone wants to take that smile off your face, or it's the reason why you are not smiling anymore, or why you look so worried, I think that these sort of connections are not healthy. So I think that she definitely needs to review this, and I think that she will, because the Wheel of Fortune is here, and there's something about her actually wanting to travel more and get out of Korea. Probably the person is there, so it seems like she experiments a sort of freedom whenever she is overseas, because she cannot see this person, or she's far away from this person, so she feels like out of this person's influence or reach. So I think that this is why she's really focused on this new project, because I believe that this new collaboration could actually help her, like, get out of Korea, like experience different cultures, or probably going back home, like I think that she definitely needs to, like, connect with positive people that actually make her feel better and appreciated. So yes, guys, this is all I have for Lisa. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I would love to hear from you your perspective about her situation or anything that you would like to tell me about her, because you know that I'm not a Blackpink fan, but I do follow their work, and I hope they have a comeback soon so we can enjoy more about the girls. But they seem to be doing really well these days, and I'm really happy for them. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.